What's up, guys? Nepenthez here, and welcome back to another episode of Football Manager. In the last episode, guys, it was the end of season, and I explained to my apologies. I explained to you guys that I wanted to take you through the end season and the postseason before we started into season 6. And I had every intention of doing that, and I started recording a lot of the footage. I've been having some problems with my recording software the last 3 or 4 days. And when I'm streaming and recording gameplay right now, it seems to create a fault in the save file where it's basically runs at about 10 frames per second. So everything that I recorded last night is out the window. So sadly, we're going to have to give you guys a little recap. It's been wild. It's been wild. We have made some unbelievable signings, some unbelievable changes. And if you do want to see it all and live through the emotions with me of it real time, go check out my Twitch, twitch.tv/Nepenthez. You can watch the past broadcast there as well to go and see it all. But let's begin. We're not too far into the season. We started off with a whole bunch of friendlies, which obviously gets our finances into a good spot. And you'll notice here, we have almost £1 million in the account. And that is because of a massive, massive sale, which I'll take you guys through in just a second. In terms of the club vision, make the most of set pieces and play counter-attacking football is what they want from us. That's not what we're going to do. Set pieces, we will. Work within the wage budget, we're well on course. Skybet League 2, top half. FA Cup round, second minimum. And Leasing Trophy, second round minimum. I'm not going to get second round minimum here. It's just going to be impossible. And that's mostly because of the draw that we got was just a little bit difficult. In terms of the club info, of course, we've had a great rise, right? We finished 10th in year 1, 3rd and got promoted in year 2. Sorry, 3rd and then didn't win in the playoffs in year 2. And then 1st in the league year 3. Automatic promotion from the Vanarama National the next year. And then 8th in Skybet League 2. So an absolutely phenomenal run-up. And in terms of general favoured personnel, myself and Joe Jacobson, icons Terrell Whitaker. And then let's have a look, guys, at transfers. So Pajaziti, we're going to be sending out on loan. And we've actually got a really deep, healthy squad right now. I'll take you through the squads in just a second. In terms of transfers in and transfers out, there's nothing going on. In terms of transfer history, this is where our money came from. Diego Carter got bought by Blackburn for £800,000. Obviously, it's super sad that he left because he was brilliant. We snapped him up on a free transfer just 1 year, or was it 2? Yeah, 1 year before. Look at that. We snapped him up on a free transfer. He got 17 clean sheets in 42 games. He was generally insane for us. And then Blackburn bought him and immediately loaned him out. So I can't fault that bit of business. A free transfer 1 year later sold for 800k. I can't fault that bit of business. That's really, really good for the club's future, improving youth facilities, training facilities and stuff. The funds there. We also sold Kieran Evans for 10k. That was more about getting his wages off the books than anything else. He's okay. He just isn't quite what we need. We've excelled on from him right now. And then Freddie Barton went to Boston for 120k, and that also was more about getting his wages off the books. Obviously, our wage budget was a bit tricky. And before we go into the transfers in, guys, I'll show you the under 23. So we've got Matthew Dowse, who has very good potential. We signed him on, but I want to loan him out and get him some time out. On the field with other teams. We've got Matthew Doherty, who's still our goalkeeper, who's out, our backup goalkeeper. Good for the future. Want to get him out on loan and get him some match experience as well. Pollock as well. I want to get him out on loan and get him some match experience as well. I don't really think he has much potential, Pollock. He just isn't basically the problem is for me is with youth anyway, is I don't have the training facilities or the development opportunities to take young players and turn them into the stars that they need to be. We're just not there yet. We're going to need to wait for that until we get to the Championship or Premier League level. We then got Jim Kellerman, who I'm trying to get rid of. He's almost £1,000 per week. I would love those wages back. We've got Luke Waterfall, who's also almost on £1,000 a week, 34 years old. I would love him to be gone to get those wages back. And then last but not least, we've got Will Wright, who's out on loan. He's also £1,000 per week, but the club he's loaned to at Bradford are fulfilling all of his wages. So we've got £1,000 per week back there from him. So once we can get rid of Kellerman, Waterfall and Wright, Kellerman and Waterfall will have 2k in terms of wages back per week. which is really good. So back into transfers, guys, and back into the players in. We signed Scott Fulton from Man City. He was actually signed. I have no real plans of using him long term. He was signed because I signed him on a free transfer and he was valued at 250k whilst at Man City. The sole purpose of Fulton is to sign him and then get him unhappy over the next 3 or 4 months and sell him, even if it's for 80k or 100k or something like that, and just profit off of him. You know, that's the idea behind him. However, he's not a terrible player and still quite good as a backup, especially with the injuries that we've got at the moment and a few other issues. We signed Joel Joseph, guys, a 19-year-old centre-back. I think he's brilliant, and he doesn't want very much for wages. £325 per week. He is a breakthrough prospect, only on a 1-year deal, so I do want to offer him a second year eventually. But you can see there, for a centre-back, he's got 13 tackling. His heading's only 8, but his physicals are brilliant, and his mentals are brilliant. So for an 19-year-old, he has got immense potential. And then James Simpson, another signed player, another defender, a right back. Again, great physicals and very good mentals. And something that we worked on this year was trying to get young players with good stats, more well-rounded stats, rather than just intense physicals and the odd okay technical here or there. We tried to go for good physicals and mentals with good technicals to back those players up. So James Simpson is our new right back. We got Gavin Armstrong for free. He got released by Reading. We had him on loan all of last season. He was one of our superstar players last season. So to get him into the team again, I'm really, really happy with. Really nice to have him back in the squad for us this season. We get George Avdo. This guy looks phenomenal. 20 years old, a great midfielder. And again, I mean, he's got good dribbling, good corners, good first touch, great free kicks and passing, good technique. Well-rounded physicals, although a little low on natural fitness. Phenomenal mental stats for the man as well. So another nice player there. And he's only coming in at £425 per week. So even if we only have him for 1 or 2 seasons to use him to help us like push up to League One and then get rid of him because he's not good enough next season, it's absolutely perfect there for him. We then got Adrian Driver, another midfielder or striker. I think, is he on loan? No, he came in as a free transfer. Okay, yeah, so there you go. So as a striker, he's obviously not great because he's got 7 finishing. As a centre midfielder, he's got 15 passing. Very good physicals, good pace and acceleration, great natural fitness, really well-rounded again, and good first touch. So he's a good centre mid, worth 75k there as well. So even if we could sell him on, he's only 19, happy days, you know, plays multiple positions. We've got Matthew Dowse, who's the young striker that we've got playing in the under-23s as well. He will still make some first-team appearances, but I wouldn't mind getting him out on loan or just getting him under-23s match experience just to help his progress. We signed Fred Rodwell, more of a backup defender, but quite decent, you know, very good jumping, good natural fitness. He's 20 years old. He can play right and centre-back. Decent mentals and then great tackling, good marking. His heading again is a little bit meh, but he is again at £250 a week. He was one of those players I couldn't not take. You know, £250 a week for him as a good backup. I absolutely delighted with. We've got Dominic Rogerson as well, guys. So our brand new goalkeeper. Hilariously, he is actually no longer our best goalkeeper. He's very good. He will play plenty of games this season. I've got 4 loans in, I think, maybe 5. What I want to do this season is use the loans when I need them and not rely on the loans like I did last year. I want my own team, the core of my squad, to be what works for us this season. We also signed Tom Walker. He was a brilliant signing. Only £975 per week. He's 28 years old, but he is just fantastic. Really, really well-rounded stats. Really, really happy with him. He's not going to particularly get better, although none of my players are particularly going to get better based on the training and youth facilities, of course. But Tom Walker there, guys, an absolute sensational signing for us. And that leaves us then to the last few transfers here. We've got Mark Lloyd from Barry, 20 years old, 12 marking, 14 tackling, unbelievable physicals, albeit a little low acceleration, great work rate and acceleration, great leadership, very well-rounded mentals just in general. We signed him on a free transfer for £170 per week. The fans weren't happy with his signing. The board and the coaches don't rate him. But I think in terms of what we need him for, which is just a flat-out centre-back, he is unbelievable. We signed Gwyn Robertson from Reading on loan. Again, he's a good player, really well-rounded, good stats, just on loan for the season. And we signed Mascarenhas on loan from Fulham. He also can play centre midfield. He's very good for us for a backup striker. We've got Whittaker and Liddell as our two men, although we don't have Liddell as a star striker anymore. I'm going to show you just the unbelievable star man. But he's got really, really good stats, really well-rounded stats. I think he's going to be a really good fill-in for us this season. We are paying 1.4k per week, but I think ultimately it's going to be worth it. We then get Nick Naylor. So this is why I don't have my other goalkeeper in there. He's on loan from Arsenal, a brilliant goalkeeper for us, paying him £775 per week. He'll be good. I'll use my other goalkeeper as a cup goalkeeper. He's got very good stats. His positioning is not the best, but the rest of his stats are very, very good. And then we've got James Fryer back on loan from Reading. I needed a left back. I'm a little bit short on the left-hand side. I'll go through the squad depth with you guys in just a second. But yeah, we've got James Fryer in as well. And then last but not least, guys, we've got this guy right here, Aaron Dunphy. He is ridiculous. I mean, ridiculous, right? We were just looking through. After I signed... who did I sign from one of the... whoever I lost... Yeah, so I lost Kieran Evans to TNS. And I clicked on TNS and I started going through the clubs in the Simru Premier League. And then I started going through a few other clubs. And that's why we ended up getting Mark Lloyd from Barry. And that's why we also ended up getting Aaron Dunphy from Cardiff Met Uni. I saw him in there and he was on a non-contract earning nothing. We had to break the bank to get him. I'm not kidding. He has got everything. He's getting 2.1k per week. He's getting £800 per appearance, £450 per goal. He gets 9k if he finishes the league's top scorer, £150 if he doesn't get used as a sub. He's taken up 10% of my club's wage bill, or 9%. If we get promoted, he gets 35% wage rise. If he scores 15 goals, he'll get 14k. If he scores 20 goals, he'll get a further 13k. If he scores 25 or 30, he'll get a little bonus as well. If we get relegated, he can go for free. And if we sell him, he gets 30% of the fee. We had to break the bank to get him. And the reason why I did that is because, guys, he is 200 centimeters tall. He is like 6'6" or 6'7". He has got 19 jumping, not the greatest heading, but 15 free kicks, 16 corners, 14 first touch, 15 dribbling, 12 technique, 13 work rate, 13 flair. His anticipation and aggression are very good. His composure is very good. His physicals in general just absolutely outrageous. The man is unbelievable, which is why we had to break the bank to get him. Sadly for us, guys, Terrell Whittaker is injured for 2 to 5 weeks. He's had a great start to the season, scoring 3 goals in his first 2 games. Dunphy has got 1 goal and 3 assists in his first 4 games, although one of those is a bit different. I'll show it in a second. But in terms of the team, this is the team. So if we have a look at the squad depth, let's go to the team report and go to the squad depth. Up front, we've got Whittaker, we've got the lone striker, we've got Dunphy, we've got Liddell. They're my 4 strikers for the season. On the left-hand side, we've now got Samba, still from last season. We've got Avdo, and we've got Tom Walker. So I've been playing Tom Walker out on that left-hand side. So I'm a bit short on the left-hand side. If Samba gets injured, Avdo and Tom Walker... Avdo's okay, but Tom Walker he's also okay, I suppose. But I want an out-and-out left wing. So I still want to strengthen this area here on the attacking midfield left-hand side. On the right-hand side, we've got Glatzel, we've got Fulton, we've got Driver, although he's better suited, in my opinion, for a centre midfielder. Not for a striker either. Avdo and Douse. Obviously, Douse is the young player. And then 3 more players who I think aren't particularly great for that role. So Dunphy, Liddell and Walker, of course, right there. In the midfield, we've got Harris. Still had a great season for us last season. Still with us in the club. Driver, Tom Walker, Avdo. And again, a few other players there that we could quite comfortably use. Fulton, Glatzel I wouldn't use. Joel Joseph, who as a centre-back can also play centre-mid. And with that 9 passing, good tackling, he actually would be a good CDM or a good defensive-minded midfielder for us. And then in the back line, this is why I got Fry in. We've got Poulin, who can play everywhere across the back line. He can play left, right, and centre. So he's going to be a really good utility player. We've got Zemura and then Fryer as our left back. So I'm short, basically, left mid and left back. Centre back, we've just got loads of players. Joel Joseph, we've got Rodwell, who's very good. Obviously, we signed him on. We've got Jake Rooney from last season, who's also very, very good. I want to put him back in the team once he's got the match sharpness. And then in goal, we've got Naylor and Rogerson. So all in all, we're still using the same tactics as last season, the 4-2-4. It's not the perfect blend of players just yet, but we are having a lot of good success with the way we're playing. And so in terms of the schedule, we beat Fylde 4-0 in game 1. Whitaker with 2, Dunphy with 1, Walker with 1, and Dunphy also got 3 assists, guys. Look at that. What's that? Chances created, 2 for Dunphy, key passes 3, assists 3, and a goal. An absolutely spectacular debut for Dunphy. We then beat Crawley 2-1, and another really, really good result there against Crawley. Whitaker and Lloyd scoring the goals. Dunphy getting 1 chance created, 1 key assist. Glatzel doing well, Avdo doing well. Just in general, the boys playing really, really well. We then lost 4-0 to Charlton in the Carabao Cup. As you'll see here, I put in my backup squad. I literally put in all the players that I hadn't yet played a game. I put the best players on the bench because I was always going to lose to Charlton anyway. We actually gave them a good game in terms of stats, in terms of chances created for us. We had a lot of shots and such, but just couldn't come through. And then Doncaster, we drew 0-0, which is actually a very good result because we got Driver sent off in the 54th minute. And we missed a sitter, an absolute sitter with Liddell in the 90th minute. He just had 2 shots blocked on the line. But yeah, a draw to Doncaster, who are obviously a good squad, Doncaster as well. They're I think last season they finished well, didn't they? Yeah, they finished 4th. So to get a draw with only 10 men against Doncaster was a great result. Obviously having the 10 men, it was brilliant. But in the Carabao Cup, guys, we're obviously out of the Carabao Cup now. I don't mind that, as I say. We drew Charlton. It was absolutely okay. What did they want from the Carabao Cup? I don't even think they expected anything. I don't know. Where's the performance? The board are happy in general. Club vision. Isn't there a way you could see the expectations of the competitions here? So Carabao Cup knocked out of the first round. There's no board expectation or performance there. That's pretty interesting. So they expect the second round of the FA Cup, which is fine, and they would like the second round of the Leasing Trophy. The problem with the Leasing Trophy is I got a tough draw. We got Stevenage, which they're in League 2. We should hopefully pick up 3 points against them. We got Crystal Palace under 23s, which we might be able to actually beat with our team. And then we got Wimbledon, who are obviously in League 1. So now they are 22nd in League 1 after early days. But in general, I would be okay with just getting out of the Leasing Cup straight away. And then having the FA Cup and the league as the only things to focus on. I really, really want to get promoted this season, or at the very least have a great promotion run. I at the very, very least want to finish in the playoff places. The fact that we finished 8th last season was fantastic. And I think with the squad that we've got, with the tactics that I've got set up, with the fact that we've still got room for manoeuvring as well, the fact that we've still got... Samba's now a British citizen. That's nice. That's going to help with a work permit when we offer him a new contract. Yeah, the fact that we've still got, wage budget available, the fact that we've still got 3 players that we need to get rid of that will open up even more wage budget, and the fact that we've got a really good squad with a little bit of depth in the under-23s as well, I'm really, really, really excited for this season. That's where we're at. So Stevenage are favourites to beat us here. We're first, they're 14th, and we are first in the league nicely as well. So Pajaziti is going to go on loan to Bromley, which is nice. Do they offer any of his wages? So they're paying his wages in total as well, which is quite nice. He's a good player. He just needs he just needs experience. He needs to stay sharp and whatnot. He is a bit surplus to requirements, just because of how well we've improved our midfield so far this season. But yeah, ultimately, guys, our squad is very, very good. I'm tempted to play Joel Joseph in midfield instead of Harris, just because he's got much better tackling. He's actually really well suited to that midfield role. So we're going to try that for this game, and I'm hoping that we'll have good energy, good fitness, good stamina on the players, and we'll get into a game. I'll play Stevenage and we'll play Woking here for today's video, guys. I'll skip through between Stevenage and Woking. We won't watch the 3 days, although it's only 3 days, I suppose we could do. And we'll show you why. We'll show you why Adrian Driver is gaining match. Nice. His jumping reach has gone up by 1. That's really nice. I'll show you why. This guy right here, Dumphy, is so amazing. When I signed him as well, he was only worth 2k. The fact he's now worth 17k is quite crazy. I'm still a little bit unsure how to run my tactics away from home. My squad is so good. I feel like I should be playing attacking and positive football, right? But or at the very least positive, you know. But I also understand. Here's Avdo straight away, whips it in. Oh, is this going to be us? Yes, Walker, nice. Come on, Walker still got it. Whips that one in again, and there he is. Mascarenas, the first goal of his season. A lovely cross from Walker and a tap in from Mascarenas puts us 1-0 up after just 3 minutes. We are absolutely loving this team right now. Oh, maybe not. Hold on, this might be 1-1. Oh, I tried to sign Al Hamadi. He didn't want to come. That's a good clearance. Midfielder's not really reactive to it. We actually got a good counter opportunity here if we can steal the ball. We've got a lot of pace in our team, which is really, really good. A lot of pace down the wings. Oh, Rooney's missed it. Oh, my days. Jallo scores. Rooney's completely missed the header. And that is a little bit embarrassing, isn't it? I want to give them a get creative. Walker with the assist from that left-hand side. Mascarenhas with the goal. 15 minutes in. Walker's down that left-hand side again. Maybe I should be playing him at left wing instead. Here is Walker. Whips that one in again. The ball falls to Avdo. Into Joseph. Back to Avdo. He's got space out on the left. Here's Zamora. Good to see him back in the team after some injuries last season. The ball goes up to Glatzel. Glatzel scores. And it's 2-1. Let's go. Oh, man. If we could just keep this team just away from like too many injuries and away from too much of a fixture pile-up, we could be in for a sensational season. Here is Avdo again. Whips it out wide into Armstrong. Armstrong drives in. Here's Glatzel again. Into Mascarenhas. He's got to be putting that away. We are playing some lovely, lovely football, though. Although it could still be, after 20 minutes, guys, it's 2-1. Could be 2-2. Jallo over the bar. Off the bar, in fact, as well. Let's give them... I shouldn't have shown some passion, should I? I had a lot of greens there already. Can we get a counter here? Funnily enough, my star striker now, Terrell Whitaker is still my... What a save, please. Oh, my good Lord. Terrell Whitaker is still like my star man, you know? But he's injured for a little bit. Dumphy... I've got high hopes for Dumphy. Here we go again. Another highlight. Zamora to Avdo. Zamora picks up the loose ball. Zamora's going to get another opportunity to put it in the box. There he is. Mascarenhas. How has he not scored there? We easily could have had 4 or 5 goals already 30 minutes into this game. Ball whipped in. Dumphy's going to pick up. Look how big he is. He's massive. He's an absolute monster. What a ball that is. Oh, it wasn't a good ball at all, was it? It was just a little punt into the box. But look at the chances, man. We create a lot of opportunities. We're not putting in too many fouls anymore, which is really good news. You know, last season we had a lot of disciplinary problems. This season, not so much. We've got Glatzel potentially injured there. We'll give him what's he like off the half? Yeah, okay, we're going to take him off. Let's give them an I'm not happy, and let's bring off Glatzel. Who do I want to bring on? I want Samba. I do want Samba. I know Samba's better suited to the other side of the field, but we're going to bring on Samba for the fairly broken Glatzel. He's okay. I just don't want him to get like long-term injury. Here's Avdo again. I still need to sort out my set pieces for this season. Lloyd's going to pick up the loose ball. Pulls it back to Avdo. Avdo whips it in. Dunphy's there. Oh, Dunphy's put it over the bar. He's got to be scoring that. He has got to be scoring that. Let's give him a get creative. Whilst they're fired up. See, my team's feeling pressured now. That's not what we want. Oh, come on. Dumphy with the free kick. Bangs that. Curls it off the post. Off the post twice. The keeper saved that one from Mascarenhas. He's had so many shots. How has he not scored another goal? It might be time to bring Little on, boys. Look, Mascarenhas, he scored one. But he's not quite putting the ball in the back of the net as we'd like him to. Let's bring Little on for the last 25, 30 minutes of this game. Let's give him a show some passion. See if that... again, I should have left it. They're all motivated and doing well. I didn't need to give them any talks here. We've got Armstrong into Little. Samba. Whips that in. Walker. How has he not scored there? Armstrong. Whips it in again. 10 minutes to go. Let's make one more sub. Who's got low stamina? Avdo. Let's bring Jaden Harris in for the last 10 minutes of this game. Oh, no. Not like this. Well out from Rooney. Kennedy picks it up. It's over the bar. That's good news. That is good news. All right. 10 minutes to go. I should really go a little bit more passive. I should go like a little bit, yeah, more defensive and cautious. I think it's too late now if they score this. That's a good tackle from Armstrong. And again, Zamora clears it. Dunphy, he's away. He's got Little alongside him. Dunphy goes alone. He goes all the way. Can he finish it? Oh, he's put it wide. He's put it wide. And this is where we should just go defensive and just see out the game. All out wide. See, look, this is the problem, man. I should have gone defensive. I should have started time wasting just a little bit of time ago. What a save that is. I need to, let's put time wasting up. Lower the tempo, lower the passes. I just want to see this 4 minutes just disappear. I don't want any highlights, any chances or anything. Here's Walker, Zamora. Into Dunphy. Back to Joseph. Joseph plays it long. Back into Dunphy! He's offside. What a play that was. He's offside. What a goal that would have been. What a play that could have been. And that is going to be the full-time whistle. And that is another victory for the boys. And that is fantastic. We are very happy with that. We've got Woking away next. Woking are doing well. They're currently, they're down to 12th now. 2 wins, 2 losses. We are 3 wins, 1 draw. And we are already really giving a good go here. We've got Oxford and Peterborough doing well as well. Teams were in control. Glatzel injured for 2 to 3 days. That's okay. Glatzel shines as well. So here's what I don't want to do this season, right? Like last season, I would have played Glatzel no matter what because my squad didn't have too much depth. So even though he's injured for 2 days, I would have just rested him, waited the 4 days and played him. What I'm going to do this season is I'm going to put in the next player, basically, and just keep the squad rotating nicely. Instead of just using my first 11 only, letting everyone else like have no chance with match sharpness or anything like that, I'm just going to do my absolute best to try and rotate the players. So we're going to... Samba. I do want Samba to start playing a bit more. Driver is now back into the midfield instead of Joel Joseph. I do like Rooney. I do like Joseph as well. Robertson can come off. As I say, even though Robertson's like a really good player, I don't want to use the loans if I don't have to. I want to just use them and utilise them as best possible when needed. So Glatzel for Fulton. And we'll put Glatzel on the bench. I've got too many defenders on the bench, haven't I? Rodwell as well. Rodwell's good. Samba, nice. Liddell, nice. Who do I not want? I mean, Joel Joseph is... He's just good. I just like him a lot. I like the depth that we've got as well. I really do. So 3 days until Woking. And once Terrell Whitaker comes back as well, we'll be in much better shape. But yeah, Whitaker, obviously, 3 goals in his first 2 games and injured for 6 weeks. What can you do? Hey, what can you do? You try your best. And your players just get injured. No. So another away game here, which is okay. This will be our 3rd away game already. And we've got 2 wins away from home so far, which is really, really nice. If we can get a 3rd away win against Woking, that would be brilliant. Even a draw, you know, I want to make sure that our home record is insane. And Woking are favourites again. So they think Avdo, they want to put Lloyd in instead of Pulin over Lloyd, Walker over Avdo, and Samba over Walker. It's not a bad idea, to be fair. Glatzel is still injured and low fitness, so we don't want him. Let's put Joel Joseph on the bench again. Or do we want to put Douse on? We've got... Dunphy is just spectacular. Avdo is so good. He's got 14 passing. I don't know why they don't rate him so highly. I rate him like very, very highly. But I could put Walker into that midfield role and then bring on Samba to start. Because Samba's got okay physicals. He's got really nice crossing, dribbling and first touch. No, I'm going to keep the team as it is right now. A few more changes. Nothing else too bad. So to end off today's video, guys, as I say, we'll play these 2 games. We have had a spectacular transfer window. What I tried to do whilst I was streaming, because I can just like download the stream and then put the stream onto YouTube, but it's got music on it that, although it's been approved for Twitch for copyright, isn't necessarily approved for YouTube for copyright, which means the videos might get taken down or the videos might get suppressed in some countries and things like that. What I want to be able to do is just whilst I'm streaming, record it like I normally do for other games and such, and have the and just edit it afterwards and take the music away so that we can get the stream as the you know, the highlights for YouTube, so you guys can see the way we do everything. I'm just gonna have to try and figure out how to do that, basically, because as I say, I'm having a few issues with my streaming software at the moment. I don't know what those issues are, but I am working actively to try and fix them. But here we go, guys, into the last game for today. Also, once Whittaker's in, I can have a 7th sub again because he counts as a homegrown club player. Right, let's give a keep your run going. And I love the partnership of Whittaker-Dunphy. So hopefully we can get him back ASAP. Let's go positive. We're going to... Oh, wow. What a weird highlight that was. Maybe if I didn't go positive, there would have actually been a highlight there. I don't know. I don't know if that changes it that quick. Now, the rest day that I gave my boy is really good because the conditioning of Woking is pretty low. Rooney's been booked straight away early on, though. Here's Dunphy into Avdo. Avdo's got space. This is why I wanted him on the field. What a ball that is into Mascarenas. Fulton, what a bang that is from Scott Fulton. An absolutely sensational strike. That is magnificent. And with the boys already in greens, I'm not going to give a shout. They're motivated, they're calm, they're playing well. Here we go again. Avdo with the 3 kick. Whips that one in. It's Mascarenas. He needs to be scoring it in. Last game as well. If he misses another 1 or 2 sitters this game, I might actually have to put in Liddell to start next game. I can't have him missing those easy chances. What has he got for finishing? Got 13 finishing. He should be doing a lot better. A lot better. Here we are, though, approaching half-time. 1-0 up. Just a minute left on the clock. That's a good half of football, that is. Let's give them a... I'm not happy with your performance. We're 1-0 up. We're dominating. And I'm telling them I'm not happy. It's crazy. Oh, man. Now we're getting a few bookings in. I don't really want that as an issue here. His driver into Armstrong. Ball's going to come back to Zamora here. He's taking his time picking it up. Zamora into Walker. He's got Zamora back on the outside. He's played it deep to Lloyd. This is dangerous play from the boys. I don't know what they're doing. This has got trouble written all over it. Naylor taking his time as well. Plays it out wide left. Walker picks it up. If he loses this here, Zamura's gone, so we're in trouble. Driver, Avdo. Much, much better. Here we go. Oh, my God. He's had a bang and... I got to get him off. No, do I got to get him off? I do. Let's bring Liddell on. I want a little bit better from my strikers. You know, that's all. Let's give them a get creative. See if we can... they get pressured when I say get creative, don't they? Let's bring off... Have I got a left back? Got a right back that I can use again. See what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring Samba on for Zamora. Then I'm going to swap around Samba and Walker. Walker's not the best defensively. He has 5 tackling only, but the rest of his stats are so good that I'm okay with that. And I'm going to bring off Fulton. I didn't put that the other player on the bench, did I? I didn't. I'm going to bring Avdo out wide, Fulton off for... let's bring Joel Joseph on in the midfield. Good defensive qualities with 20 minutes to go. Again, we're controlling the game, you know. Maybe we don't win here. 15 minutes to go. Woking have got a free kick on the edge of the box, or just out, 10 yards out. It's hit the wall. It's going to be a counter-attack. Avdo picks it up. Liddell on the loose ball. We've got a great opportunity to counter here. Dunphy. He's got Avdo through. Can Avdo finish the game? Yes, he can. And Dunphy gets another assist. And Avdo puts it in the back of the net. And we're 2-0 up now. And let's now go defensive and waste time and slow the ball down and slow the game down and just see this one out. That is fantastic. Let's praise these boys and let them know that we're happy with that 2-0. And although Dunphy's not getting the goals, guys, he is most certainly creating the chances. Another assist for the man up front there. And that's exactly what I needed to do as a manager. We closed out the game, and that is a brilliant away win against Woking. And that is, I'm just delighted with the boys. A brilliant, brilliant performance. We've got Accrington Stanley at home next, who are 11th. We are head and shoulders above everybody after 5 games. We're the only team to have won 4. We've got 1 draw, no losses. Our goal difference is the best in the league, which is what we were missing last season. That is just spectacular. Fulton with a sensational goal. As I said, I signed him to sell him. I don't know if I will now because he's actually very good. He's actually very good. And then there you go. We make it 9 unbeaten in the league since the back end of last season, which is absolutely sensational. But that, guys, is going to be the end of the video for today. If you enjoyed it, of course, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.